Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our signals as long as you are on a sim. And this is not a trading room. This is a strictly educational place to learn a little bit about the market. On the left upper corner, we have the market analyzer with the automated trade, ATM strategy. Fully automated is the same signal. And then on the right corner, right upper corner, we have the scalper, also based on the signal. And then we will cover some different type of an auto trade. And this is we'll try to get you some of those auto trades. We started all our auto trade at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. And this one here is mainly used by all our clients. And it just hit 1400. This one is almost consistent every day, the same. And then it's too early now, it's 9:59. We're going to reload it. The first round was 1400. And we will do the same. This is the same template as well. And what we do, we're going to rearm it for one more round. We started at 9 o'clock. We nailed 1600 on the ES. And then I don't have a lot. But you can use it on any instruments you like. But we try to show the same charts every day, like a NASDAQ 1 minute to CL. But you can use it on any given market you like. And we are using 1 minute and 1 minute. Mainly we are using 1 minute, but you can use 1 minute, 2 minutes for an aggressive trading. 3 minutes, 4 minutes is in between. And then 5 minutes for conservative. This is the only time frame we're using. We're not using range bar, line break. Takes 177, takes 288. We're not doing this. It is the auto trade is based on minutes, and we are they are very consistent, and when the market is moving, they are very consistent. And now this is the CL. It's taking a trade on the CL. And we started at 9 o'clock. And then we have an option on this auto trade where you can use a trailing stop, a dummy trailing stop, or you can have the system using an automatic. Once the trend is over, it lock itself automatic. So you can use a trailing stop, break even, or you can have it as an automatic if you don't want to deal with it, and then it close by itself when the trend has changed. So this is very convenient for a guy if you wanted to work with the auto trade, or he just needs the basic. As an example here on the ES, the 4 minutes, and you can use one contract, two contract, or 4 contracts on a micro account you can use. This one here based on one contract. When it's on one contract, we use $500 daily target, and this one nailed the ES 700. Also, what we have done, we made it, if the market go into your favor, even your target is, let's say, 500, and if the market go into your favor, then it's going to stay on that trade, and if the market go in the opposite direction, then we are closing. So the market is a little bit mixed on the 1 minute. As you see from the market analyzer, it is continue like yesterday. Yesterday it was a lot of volatility, and the market, it was a really confusing market, and it is today it's the same story on the 1 minute swing trading. But if we look at the market analyzer and this is what is nice about it, even on a day like today, It's not, nothing is moving. The scalpers, 15-second scalper, this market analyzer today is based on a 15 seconds, I'm sorry, scalping. And no matter how bad the market is, can really, maybe you will not get a great deal of money, but you will manage to get something out of it for one round and get it over with. And as you see, even on a dead market, it is a 15-second, and you still can manage some of the trades and get your takes for today, and then stop immediately once you accomplished your takes. So if we look at the 15-second on the CL as an example, you have a buy at 24.21, target 24.55. It is right here, right now. And then if this market start trending, the automated itself start extending the target automatically. You don't have to do anything. The only thing I like this kind of trade for a guy who wanted to go somewhere with his career, not to just hide behind an auto trade. It is an auto trade, and it is most of the traders, 90%, 99%, they use this kind of auto trade. That's very fine. If the market is moving, the auto trade will make money, and if the market not moving, then you're not gonna make money. So this is 99.9% normal traders use this kind of auto trade. But what I like about this auto trade is for the guy is thinking seriously about changing a job, and try to, you don't need to emotionally get involved in the trade, but in the same time, when you are looking at those charts, you start getting to learn the market movement, instead of just looking at number. And once you start learning, as an example here, this is the system on the gold. It was $500, and the system estimated to close at 1720. And then we missed by one tick, So this is where a trader here can make a decision and maybe take the trailing stop farther down and secure his profit manually. And then when he sees a problem, or he sees a double support, or he sees a double resistance, he can manage to take a profit, and he don't need to emotionally get involved in it. But in the same time, when he's looking at the chart and looking at the bar movement in conjunction with the fibs, this way here he will start learning, and you don't need to pay anyone to call a trade for you, and you become a consistent. So there is a two type of an auto trades you can use. And as you see, the market is that the confusion, and on the first round right away around 9:40, 9:45, you wait till this market calm down a bit, and then immediately you start then right front of you. As you see, this is an example today on the ES. That's what I'm expecting from the trader to do. If we look, this is a very advanced trading, and it's a very clean chart. It's not dependent on an indicator. The algorithm is always trying to think ahead. Where is this market going in conjunction with the fibs? As we see here, we have around $350 on the ES. And then this is where the traders needs to see that there is a resistance line at 29.11, 29.12, 29.13, and then the target is 29.1375. And as we see here, this is all based on fibs, and alpha waves. So, and you don't need to draw lines or anything. It's fully automated, calculating every single tick by tick. So as we see here, we had like around $400 in that trade, and we see there is a full resistance line before we hit the target, this is immediately is telling us the ES in trouble. Then what I'm expecting from the trader, take that needle and put it all the way up and protect his profit and say, well, maybe we're not going to get the $600-700 on that trade. I will go ahead and walk away from that trade on $400-500. So as you see right now, this market starts sinking from the resistance. So I will secure some of this profit. And this is where you can really easily manage it. And then what you say, you can use it fully automated, but I prefer to use an ATM. This is an ATM strategy. And then I can, whatever I can get out of each one of them, like now the ES is finished, I put it on the side, and you still can manage some of those trades. And then you say, okay, now I am finished with the gold, and now I have the CL. I'm gonna go ahead and secure some more profit on that one. And there we go. We secure some, because those trailing stops are a fib line, gentlemen. Those trailing stops are a fib line, and they are very accurate. You don't have to do any calculation or thinking. And then we have the Russell right now came into the trailing stop. That first trailing stop is a support area. And if this one broke the support area, and then it is going to hit the second one here. And this way you can manage all the trades. And when you have a bad trade, or if you want it, you can take it and hide behind a resistance line, so you can minimize, if you want to, your losses. And if this market go to your direction, all what you need to have one trade let's say on an ES, or one trade on the NASDAQ, or one trade on the YM, and you're done. So this is a very consistent, and especially if we are looking at the left upper corner, the market analyzer, and it is in really red, and it's in a really trouble, where on the scalper you still can manage, even on a very bad day, you still can manage a few ticks here and there, and say, this is today not my game, and I am going to call it off. And like yesterday, it was really the market was a very mixed, and today the market is also still mixed, the market, and cannot find direction, and we still need to be cautious. And especially on days like this, you need to break even immediately, because this market is not trending, So what we need to do, we need immediately secure our profit on a day like this, make it very tight, and $200-300 from each chart, and you will be done for today easily and without any headache. As we see here, the double support area here on the trailing stop, this is a minor floor and fibs. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna maximize the profit and stay a little bit, giving a protection to the trailing stop. In this way here, I don't have to deal with it. And now we are done with that trade. We have a struggling market on the ES, on the YM. That's very fine. We already made enough ticks, and now it is going between back and forth. Welcome to trading. We cannot do anything about that. So this is where, like yesterday, if you look at the video, when the market started going sideways, before the market did go sideways, we nailed over $2,000 in the market, and then the market got really bad. And then right after we finished the webinar, the market start making money. So on a days like this, you will get $300-400 on each one of them, and then you say, okay, I'm done for today, and I'm gonna stay away from the trouble. And this is where you stay. How to put it nicely? This way, you stay on a consistency. Does not matter if today you make $200-300 or tomorrow $500 or the day after. as long as we are not in negative, we need to leave the table if we see some funny play in the market, and if it's the market not readable, then it's better to leave the table as it is. As we see right now on this normal auto trade, on the CL is going up, and we have $1,500 in that trade. Also, on this auto trade, you have a close button on the top. If you are happy for what you're looking at and you don't want it to stay in this market, you're scared about this market, it is your right, then all what it takes is close button here on the top. And if you close the button here, and then the trades are closed, and then you don't have to deal with it anymore if you like to, because like on this one here, it is an automatic, there is no trailing stop, it is going to stay with the trade until the market is changing direction. So there is a good potential if this market trending, you can go all the way up to the 2609, and if the market turn around, you're gonna be closing automatically. Or if you see $2,000 and you're happy with it, you just click on that button and call it off, and that there is nothing wrong with that, guys. So protecting your money, it is very, very important, because we don't know what is going to happen the next 5 minutes, and especially right now, like yesterday and today, the market is really not trending very well. And as I have said before last week, when you see there is a lot of problems with the ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones, and the market is not trending, and you can see all those older guys, they've been around, they know the trick. What they do, they refuge to the CL. When they see there is a confusion with the ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, as we see right now, and there is a really mixed market, mixed reading on the ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones, what they do? They're not going to walk away, or they're not going to go ahead and challenge the ES when there is no trade on the ES. So what they do, notice on your trades next week or the week after, when you see there is a trouble in the ES and NASDAQ and Dow Jones, the CL is running, because everybody start drifting to the CL and start taking the trades on the CL. It's as simple as that. So you cannot say I'm just an ES trader or a NASDAQ trader or a YM trader or a CL trader. You cannot. You're either a trader or you're not a trader. Because once you know the basic, you can trade any market. Once you know the basic, the habit of that instrument, then it takes you a week or 2 weeks to learn that habit on this instrument, because you need to look at the ES differently than the CL. Normally the CL a trend, the ES, sometimes you can go outside, do your yard and coming back, and it's still in the same place where you left it. You can go back and wash your car and coming back, you see the ES is not moving. Where on the CL or the DAX, you cannot even blink on the DAX, because if you turn your head around on the DAX, you can be whacked. So each instrument have a different personality, and you need to learn the personality on those instruments. So right now the CL is a climbing, there is no problem. And as we see from the market analyzer on the 1 minute, now start the market getting a little momentum here, and this one here, and now we are on the gold. We are about to close this trade. We had a short trade, if you go back on the video, I don't know, nailed $300-400, and now we have another $500 on the gold, and this is on the scalper, and we are done with it, and there is nothing wrong with it. And now we have the YM taking that trade, and we have the NASDAQ, we have the Russell. Also on the Russell, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it a little bit up to the minor support area, securing some of the profit, and then there we go. If we look at the gold, you can see how the auto trade extending the target. If the market want to give more, can you see that? The auto trade goes up. So it's trading on behalf of you, and stand is the target chasing the market for you, and it goes up and down until it hit the proper area to close. No one has been able to do that except us. So right now we have a $340, so we're gonna take it a little bit here and start securing some of this. I don't trust the market, so I'm gonna have the trailing stop on the fib line. So if the market, we can secure some of it. So this is what I'm expecting from the traders to do. It's not hard, guys. It's not hard. And you become a very efficient guy, and you don't have to be. It takes time. Of course, it takes time to learn, and you cannot just take it for one day on a free ride and then tomorrow you're gonna go dive into it. It takes time to understand the market, and it takes time. Maybe some traders it's gonna take 1 week, 2 weeks. Some trader it might take 1 month. Some people, it depends from one person to another how fast can react to the market and how fast can read the market, if the market is in trouble or not. This is the main things. Is there we go. We are done with that trade, and we hit the target. Beautiful. And in the same time, if we are looking on the ES based on 1 minute, not on 3 minutes, not on a 288 or 150 or 177, all this nonsense. If we look at the 1 minute ES, it is a struggling market, and we have a resistance line at 29.11. Once we break the 29.11, we're gonna have a problem with 29.13. Here we are correct. What is going to happen? We tell you what's going to happen 5 minutes, 10 minutes before it happened, and we normally can nail it 8 out of 10. For the guys, to our members, they are now trading the NASDAQ. You have a problem with the NASDAQ. As you see here, the NASDAQ is facing a huge resistance line in conjunction with the ES having a problem also facing resistance line. On cases like this, you need to immediately break even or close position, because most likely this market is not going to break that area if this ES not able to break that the 29.11. So in those timing, what we need to do, immediately break even, or if you want to, you can take one of the trades out, and then, because this market is going back to this number where you have entered. So this is where you need to secure your money. It's not hard, guys. It's not hard, and it's not hard for a guy to learn that, plus we are given a lot of help here. It's not hard. It's much better when you are in control with your trade than to be the mercy. This is nice for a guy who want to have a hobby. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that, which 90% traders use this kind of auto trade. That's very fine. Something like this. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are disasters, auto trades. And the habit on those traders, after 10 years in the public, we know. They're not looking at the movement. They are looking at numbers. That's all what they are looking at. Those kind of people, they're not going to get career. They are at the mercy of that auto trade, if it's going to make money today or not. Because they're not interested. And after 10 years, we know what we are talking about. The only thing this amateur trader is looking at number. He's not looking at movement. And that is typical amateur trader. Where on that one here, I'm not trying to say not to trade this. What I'm trying to say, when you trade that kind of trade here, that kind of trade, you start understanding the market more. And once you start understanding the market more, it will be much easier for you to start understand when to turn on the fully automated trade and when to stay away from the market and not using the auto trade when the market is sideways, confusion, the market has no direction, then you know that you should not open any live trades at the moment. You need to wait 5-10 minutes. Those 5-10-15 minutes different if you're in the waiting time can change your life. So it is a very crucial, very important to when a guy come in the morning, look at this market movement for 5 minutes before he put money on the table. And you don't just wake up in the morning, you don't look at the market, turn on the auto trade before you even have a cup of coffee, and then expecting everything gonna be, nice and sweet for you. Today was okay in the morning, and then we start getting in a big mess today. And if you don't acknowledge what's going on in the market, then you can get in trouble. But when you are now, this one here is closed. Now we don't have any trades open on the 15 seconds. They all close. And if you go back and calculate how much it made, you can see you already done your target for today. But we're going to stay on the next round with those charts. And we can go for one more round when this market start taking trades. So as you see right now, the 15 seconds, they're not taking any trades. They're all on the side, and you have seen how they manage and hit the target. If we look at the gold nailed around $500 on that trade, you can go back to the video. And after it hit the target, nothing has happened. So we have maximized everything in here. And very soon now, the minute this market start taking action, we are going to see some trades. So as we see here, this one here does not take a brilliant trader to see that. After we cross that area, there is a double resistance area at 91.8350. The market fell. You have a reversal. If you look at the diamond, there is a reversal, and the market starts sinking. But now we are waiting on this Mr. ES here crossing the 29.11. If the ES has not crossed the 29.11, the Nasdaq is going to face a resistance at the 91.84, projection at 91.86, resistance at 91.19 before it hits the target, and this is a long way from home. And now it is only 10:26, so it's not gonna do the tricks at the moment, and you have to be very careful how you at the moment, the market is sideways, and we cannot do anything right now. So we will wait. Thank you. Okay, guys, as you see now, we are out of the problems, and it is the ES is tradable to the long side, and you can go with a limited order if you are on a sim, not live, and slowly the markets start lining up, and now you can take the ES long and keep your eye on the 29.13, and the next step is 29.16.50. So you gotta be careful with those.